Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of GalaxyQuest. It's a comedy, came out in 1999, it's a PG, an hour and 42 minutes. Amazon is 4.7 out of 5, IMDb is 7.4 out of 10. I read both synopsises, I haven't got the Amazon open. So IMDb is the Illumini cast of a space opera television series, space opera? Have to play their roles as the real thing when an alien race needs their help. However, they have to also defend both Earth and the alien race from a reptilian warlord. I'll say landlord then. And Amazon is aliens enlist a sci-fi TV cast to defend them from their enemies. It was also a request. Well, the request was for a Tim Allen film, so I had a look and I thought, well, this looks cool, so this is what I've done. So this is the request as such. So the director is Dean Parisot, who directed Red 2. Producer, well, there's 7 of them, but with producer on, we have Mark Johnson, who did Rain Man, and Charles Neuwirth, who did Hugo. And music was by David Newman, who did The War of the Roses. That's a good film with Michael Douglas. So the cast, we have Tim Allen, who is Jason Nesmith, who is in Home Improvement, the series. He's second on the right. Sigourney Weaver, who is Gwen DeMarco, who was in Alien. She's on the left. Alan Rickman, who was Alexander Dane, who was in Die Hard, who's second on the left. And Tony Shalhoub, I think that's how you say his name, Shalhoub, who was Fred Kwan, who was in Monk, who's on the right. Daryl Mitchell, who was Tommy Webber, who was in Inside Man. Sam Rockwell, who was Guy Fleegman, who was in Moon. Robin Satch, who was Saris, who was in Castle. And Enrico Colantoni, who was Mathesar, who was in Veronica Mars, the series. It was filmed in Goblin Valley State Park in Utah and USA, Hollywood Palladium, and Peterson Automotive Museum. And it's also known as Galaxy Quest, Captain Starshine, that's the original script title, and Earth Dick. The hell? And that's the working title. And the scene where Tim Allen, this was quite fun, is in a men's room overhearing how the cast of Galaxy Quest are nobodies and all the co-stars can't stand him, mirrors an actual event in William Shatner's life. He discovered the exact same thing about himself when he attended a 1986 convention. And if you don't know who the hell William Shatner is, it's Star Trek, the original. As in the original series. I did pay for it, I think it was. Did I pay for it on Amazon? I can't remember. I think I did. Let me have a look. Let me scribble this down here. Yeah, I did. But I don't really care. Now, it starts with the actual show. It's like a campy Star Trek, except they have this kid navigating for some reason. And then I was like, oh, it's a fan show. Because they're all dressed up in these crappy outfits, all these people. I thought, yeah, it's typical fans. You know, nobody can find a proper outfit that actually resembles something that you're looking at. You know, something you just designed at home in your garden or something. And then the kid obviously is grown because it's the video clip that they were watching is from the 80s or something. So I need the thingamajiggy here. So Alex Rickman's. I liked Tim Allen in this, but I loved Alan Rickman. I thought he was probably one of my favourite actors in this entire thing, in the way that he did his stuff. I liked Tim Allen as well, he was good. So he's doing his, how did I end up here? I played Richard III, and then, what's his name? Fred Kwan says, under his breath, 5 curtain calls. And he goes, 5 curtain calls. I was an actor once. And then it gets into a why I won't do it. I'm not going to do this anymore. La la la, because they're there at the backstage, you know. They don't want us to turn up. And so Tim Allen, who's Jason, turns up and he says, "Right, come on, we need to get out there and you know, be there for the fans." And he goes, "I'm not going to go out there. There's nothing you can say that's going to change that." So he says, "The show must go on. Damn you." It's like, yeah, because that's a typical kind of theatre kind of thing. The show must go on. Damn you. Poor Jason. So this is the bit where he went to the toilet. So I heard him basically herding the fans turning up, and they were just cackling away, laughing, saying how bad it is, charging $15 for an autograph. He has some beans, and even his own crew hate him. And I thought, well, why did you even turn up? That's what I can understand it, if you just say stuff, but why would you then? I don't know. It just seems, but it's quite funny when you hear it all, and he's looking a bit sad. I can imagine if we were William Shatner going, yeah, Spock hated him and all this lot, and he's like, what? No, I'm the star of the show. It's like, yeah, that's why. Because it just focuses on you. Don't worry about the others. They're just the side ones. The day after the night before. We've all been there. So, Jason's downed a little bit of spirits last night. So he woke up on the floor under a table to the sound of tapping on the window from 4 weird-looking people. Like I say, I think all of us can relate to that at some point. So the others are doing this promotional thing at this supermarket. So they were doing really well, right? Until Alex had to do his line. So Gwen kind of nudged him from her side, kind of like, get on with it. So he said this is like his line that he always says in the GalaxyQuest. But his face says, what the hell am I doing here? It's that kind of face of, I don't want to do it. And he says, by Grabthar's hammer, without a saving. But he's just so deadpan, it's like, yeah, I don't want to be here. Have I been reduced to this? Now, I like how they beam people up onto the spaceship, and it's not like Star Trek with this kind of like where they just faded away and come back, but they sort of zip up there with this like blobby stuff, and then they're all just petrified when they arrive there, which is like how you would be, I suppose, if you get beamed onto a spaceship. You don't just turn up and go, oh, that's that. Okay, I'm here now. Now it seems our aliens have built a replica of their spaceship from historical documents, or as we call it, TV shows. Now Alex is still in costume with his head. That's why I liked him, because he's still got that head on, that costume thing that he's got on there, which I think is pretty impressive. That's how he can probably still get away with it. I put this person's name down, but I can't find it on the listing, so I don't know who it was. Anyway, so we've just seen all the crew arrive to watch them take off. Laredo, I think it's just a guy that was just there. He says, was it Laredo? I don't even know where Laredo is. What's his name? You know when you're listening to voices and you're like, not voices, but when you're... Who knows? There was somebody, I swear, was called Laredo. I think it was just a guy. An alien, and says, all the crew have arrived to watch you all take off. And so Tommy says, no pressure. I'm glad I'm not the commander. And because they're all actors, remember. It's the commander who's Jason Nesmith, sort of looks around and says, is it Laredo? I don't know where Laredo comes from. He goes, Tommy? Obviously, that's why, because Tommy is Laredo in the film or something like that. I don't know how it works. It's kind of weird. It says, right, Laredo, take us out, which I think is Tommy with his screen name of Laredo, if that makes sense. Take us out, and he was like, okay, and he's like, yeah, don't worry, it's all been, it's like moving his hand forward, because he's never actually piloted a spaceship before. He's kind of like crapping himself trying to do this, but it's quite fun when he's scraping the edge of the tunnel getting out, like he would do. This absolutely cracked me up. I was I was watching this. I had to pause it while I just burst into laughter. So they're eating some food, right? I was asked, how are you enjoying your steak, Commander? I kept calling him Commander, Jason Nesmith. He says, how are you enjoying your steak, Commander? He's gone, I'm really enjoying it. It's like corn-fed Iowa beef. He says, yes, we programmed the food synthesizer for each of you based on your regional menu of your birthplace. And then Alex is looking down at this bowl of bugs or something on a spoon, like moving around, and going, oh yes, just like my mother used to do. It's like it's about to throw up. So I just had to pause at that point. Now they're in the warp speed and they're clinging on like you do. Fred Kwan, right? Because they're all just holding on, going, "Oh my God!" Appears on the monitor, all deadpan speaking, and he goes, "Hi guys, listen. So they're telling me the generators won't take it. The ship is breaking apart and all that. Just FYI." And the people are literally behind him flying around and so it was just so funny. I don't know what to, just like, oh, that's just cool. It's like, yeah, just letting you know, kind of need to sort it out, But yeah, that made me laugh. Anyway, so Guy is cracking up because he isn't a member of GalaxyQuest. He's just like, I think he's a fan, a huge fan or something. But he's that random one. Now, if you don't know what I mean, if you ever watched the original Star Trek, you would have, they'll beam themselves down to a planet, usually an alien. And of course, they can all breathe the air. So they go down to the planet, and there's Doc, there's Kirk, Spock, whoever it is, and then a random guy. And then you just know that the random guy dies, guaranteed. Always going to be dead first. The others will never get, well, maybe get a scratch on them, maybe, if they're lucky, but they'll never get touched. But that guy, he's the random dude, so that's why Guy was going, "No, wait, I'm the guy, I'm the random guy, I'm the random guy." So just seeing these creatures on this planet attack one of their own creatures, because they're behind this wall or it's rock watching and going, "Oh my God!" So they're running away, and then Gwen says, "Quick, let's get out of here before they kill Guy." It's just like, yeah, because he's the random guy. So yeah, that absolutely made me chuckle up. I had to rewatch that a couple of times because I thought, yeah, that's so true. It's just the fact that it was not they're going to kill us. But sorry about that. The doorbell went, so I'll edit out the majority of it, but I'll keep in the. I think I remember what I got to, but there might be a little bit where the doorbell goes. Sorry about that. So the majority of the spacecraft was great. I was enjoying it too much. The whole film and everything else. The whole thing. There was the craft itself was good fun. Yeah, but it was a good film. I love the ending. The special effects were really good. The bad guy, I liked him. He was good fun, and the crew, both of them, everybody was. It was a great film. The comedy wasn't overkill. I'm giving it an 8. Oh no, wait, I can't read my writing. Sorry, a 9. I liked it that much. I was just crackling up all the time about that film. It was a really, really good film. Very well done. Yeah, I mean, I know Tim Allen is from watching Home Improvements, but I haven't seen. Well, I have seen some of his films, obviously. I think everybody has, but I was like, well, it was the suggestion was, pick any film. It's like, okay. So I just looked at one of his best. Like, if you type his name up into IMDb, it comes up with Toy Story and all this. I thought, GalaxyQuest, I'll go for that one. So yeah, I'm glad I did. It was a really good film. Really good film. He was Buzz Lightyear as well in Toy Story, in case you're curious. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed watching and listening to this film review of GalaxyQuest. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of the film reviews. Quite a few comedies. Not that many, but most of the ones I've got, believe it or not, are mostly requested ones. So there are some in there that are not, I think. I can't remember. But yeah. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.